Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn show, man. Today is January the 16th. And there are, I think it's a light NBA day today. I think it's like 6, 7 games. It's just 6 games in the NBA, but it's only one that I really want to talk about. So I'll do that. I'll go through a quick recap as I always do, but I just didn't have enough time to do a live show today. But I did want to break you guys off with something because there is something that I absolutely do love today. So, quick recap of yesterday. I think the short list was a sweep outside of Paolo. Paolo shot the ball super efficiently from the three-point line. I think he hit 4 of his 6 threes or 8 threes or something like that. That's the outlier. I'll probably go back to Paolo under in his next game when they play again in a couple days in Berlin. The other 3 plays we talked about were winners, though. I ended up going 2-0. Didn't use any of the plays that we talked about yesterday. Jabari Smith Jr. over his points plus rebound was a winner. And then we took Detroit live at halftime, sent it out to the members, and they were able to come back and win the game. We just had them on the money line, minus 115. So 2-0 day for myself, 3-1 if you watched the show yesterday and tell all of the plays or whatever it is that you took. As far as today, I do want to go to Jackson real quick, and I'm going to give you guys one look, and I'm going to get out of here. So San Antonio, minus 7.5 yesterday for Jackson was a winner. And then OKC and Houston under the 223.5, 222.5, whatever you took. That was also another winner. So nice little 2-0 bounce back day for Jackson. As far as today, Jackson likes Jackson likes the Jackson likes the Sacramento Kings minus 6.5 against the Wizards. Not gonna read all this, but it said that the Kings pretty much advanced metrics heavily favored the home team. The Kings have found a rhythm recently, winning 3 straight games against the Rockets, Lakers, and Knicks, where their season-long net rating is a minus 10, which is 29th in the NBA. Their recent form suggests they're playing well above their baseline. The most significant mismatch lies in the offensive profiles. Sacramento ranks first in the NBA in shot frequency from the mid-range at 44%, first in frequency from both short mid-range, 29.9%, and long mid-range at 14.2%. They're lead at getting to their spots, ranking 8th in short mid field goal percentage. And Washington defense is ill-equipped to stop this. They rank 29th in defensive rating, 26th in half-court points per 100 possessions allowed. Furthermore, the Wizards are dead last in the league in defensive rebound percentage at 66.7, which is a catastrophic weakness against the Kings team that has been aggressive in the paint. So that's the first look. The second one is Minnesota and Houston under the 224. I like this one. I was going to bet it last night. I didn't bet it yet. It says that, really, I don't care what it says. I just know that the Rockets offense stinks right now. And this Timberwolves defense without Anthony Edwards has been playing well. So it says Minnesota is 8th in defensive rating, while the Houston Rockets are 9th. When looking at the half-court defensive efficiency, Minnesota is 5th and Houston is 3rd. The pace of the game is expected to be dictated by Houston, who ranks 28th in pace, while Minnesota can play fast. Houston is elite at forcing opponents into long, inefficient half-court possessions. Houston also ranks first in offensive rebound percentage, which allows them to bleed the clock and limit the number of possessions for the opposition. Furthermore, Minnesota ranks 24th in turnover percentage allowed, 14.7, and Houston is 21st. Suggests both teams are proficient at limiting transition opportunities that typically fuel overs. So those are the 2 looks for Jackson. Like I said, I gotta go through these. I'm just gonna go through this one game pretty quickly. And then I'll give you guys some thoughts on the other ones, but I do got to get out of here pretty quickly. So I like this. I like the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Philly game today. I think it's a nice bounce back spot for Philly. Money line minus the 1, and I think the 1.5s are gone now. It's still 1.5 on FanDuel. Minus the 2. I think looking at the injury report, you got Sam Merrill and Garland listed as out. PG and Embiid are both listed as probable. So Garland, of course, got hurt in that last game. Cleveland will be missing him. That's 20 points and 7 assists that he had that they'll be without in that last game. And he only played like 23 minutes before he got hurt. So Cleveland missing Garland. A nice bounce back spot for Philly. We literally just saw them, do this against Toronto. I think it was last week. We took them in the bounce back spot. They, blew Toronto out. Now, Cleveland is not Toronto, of course. Cleveland's a lot better than Toronto, even though they've been underperforming as of late. But Philly, it was first game back home after a 3-game road trip. They handled Toronto pretty nicely in that game. I think we see them do it again. They also have double revenge because they've lost to this Cavs team twice this season. So we'll figure out the Cavs really got their number, even shorthanded in the spot. From a trends perspective, I looked at Cleveland. They're just 7-15 this season in games after they won their last game, including 4 straight non-covers. And then there's a couple outliers in that game that we just saw. So they shot 43% from the 3-point line. They're 4-8 against the spread after they shot 40% from the 3-point line in their previous game. Meanwhile, you look at Philly off a loss this season, they've been really good in this spot. 12-4, both straight up and against the numbers. So I like Philly tonight. That is the top play on the board for me today. Probably just go money line. Haven't bet it yet, but it probably will be bet by the time the show release. But yeah, that's the top play for myself. Going through the other games just really quickly, want to leave you guys with a little more value. Chicago and Brooklyn, I don't really have a lot. I just want to check the injury report real quick. So Kevin Huerter is probable. Zach Collins is out. Giddey is still out. And then Brooklyn looks like they will be healthy. I kind of lean Brooklyn. They are moving towards being a favorite. You could got them +1 last night. They are looks like they're -2 right now. The total is going up. I wrote 224.5 in my notes yesterday. It is they do play each other on Sunday, so not really too interested in this one. The situational spot kind of lines up for Brooklyn, in my opinion. It is 4th game in 6 nights, and his first game back home off a 3-game road trip. So they've been traveling a little bit, but they've lost 5 in a row, 4 straight unders. But Chicago, I just don't like it. I think the situational spot for Brooklyn, what I just said, is not worse than Chicago playing 7 straight games of travel. 3rd game in 4 nights, coming off a win. I think it's a space spot for Chicago on the road here. But I'm not really interested in betting these 2 teams right now. New Orleans and Indiana, I did see that Herb Jones was going to be listed as out. I think that everybody else will be in. New Orleans, just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games. This is their 3rd straight home game. Indiana, first leg of back-to-back. They got a game against the Pistons tomorrow in Detroit. 5 straight unders for them. They're 7-3 to the under in their last 10 games. 4th straight home game. They're coming off a loss as a favorite to Toronto in their last game as well. Indy has revenge. They lost 128-109 in New Orleans early this season. They were getting 5.5 points in that spot. Not really. I think Indiana is the better team, but I don't want to lay points with them. This is a game I'll definitely stay away from as well. If you guys are betting it, best of luck on it. Let's see. Moving along, we have the Clippers and Toronto. So I do lean Toronto. I do lean Clippers in this spot, but injury report is just so janky right now. You got Isaiah Quickly questionable. RJ Barrett continues to be out. You got John Collins, Zubac, and Kawhi all listed as questionable. The Clippers have been really good ATS-wise recently. They're 7-3 in their last 10. 4 straight wins, 4 straight covers. Toronto, same thing, though. First leg of back-to-back. It is 4th in 6 nights. They're also 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games. They beat Indiana by 14 as a 1.5-point road dog in that last game. So I lean Clippers, but, I mean, the injury report is going to tell us everything we need to know. The Minnesota-Houston game is out. They will get Gobert back in this game after missing that game against Milwaukee. Houston most likely will be without Steven Adams. He doesn't play a lot of back-to-backs. So for Minnesota, it is first leg of back-to-back. They got the Spurs tomorrow in San Antonio, back-to-back wins against the Spurs and against the Milwaukee Bucks. They've actually won 5 of their last 6, and they've covered 4 of their last 6. Houston is struggling right now, man, and that's why I like the under in this spot. It is down, it looks like, to 222.5. I still think that's playable. Couple things I looked at. I mean, Houston just not covering. They're 3-8 against the spread in their last 10 games. That was including last night's loss to OKC. 6 straight non-covers, 7 straight non-covers now. And it's second leg of back-to-back, 3rd and 4th, 4th and 6th. So I don't think this offense is just magically going to get better against a Minnesota team that's playing some pretty good defense right now. Houston just can't make shots. That's what it really boils down to. And then in Houston also 0-3, both straight up and against the spread when they're playing unrested this season. They lost to the Jazz, the Mavs, and the Kings. They also 3-0 to the over in those games because they've allowed their opponents to all go over their team total. Each opponent actually got to 122 points. However, all 3 of those games were on the road. So this will be the first time they're playing back-to-back at home this season. It's a tough game. I think I like under, and I think if I'm betting the game, I'm definitely taking Minnesota plus the points. Not laying with Houston this spot, even though I think that is a coin flip type game. Last game is the Wizards and the Kings. So line open 6.5 is up to line open 5.5 is up to 7.5 now. And for Washington, they will be without Middleton and Bilal. Sabonis could potentially return for Sacramento. He is listed as questionable. Washington, 3rd straight road game, first leg of back-to-back. They got a game against the Nuggets tomorrow. They've lost 4 straight, haven't covered any of them. Since the CJ trade, their offense has just been pretty bad. They scored 105 against the Clippers, a pretty good defense, 93 against Phoenix, a pretty good defense, and then 107 against New Orleans, not a pretty good defense. For Sacramento, it is 4th and 6th nights, 3 straight wins, is double-digit dogs in almost all of them. I think they would get 9.5 in one of those spots, close enough. 4th straight home game. They've only been a favorite 3 times this season. They're 2-1 straight up, 1-2 against the number. But I looked at the Wizards both times that they've been short dogs. They typically are getting like at least 2 possessions, 2.5 possessions. But if they're dogs of 7 points or less, they're 0-2 straight up and against the number this season. So whenever you think that they have a chance to the book set the line so they potentially lose by 2 possessions or close to 2 possessions, a 33-point loss to the Pacers and a 17-point loss to the Hornets. I'm not saying the Kings are that great, but I think if I'm betting, I'm not laying this big of a number with the Kings. But I do think the Kings team total is live 119.5. Last 5 games they played against much better defenses than the Washington Wizards, and they managed the 6th best offensive rating. They got Levine back, of course. The 3-point shots are starting to fall. And then I look at the Washington Wizards. They're the second worst defense in the league over the season. I'm sorry, second worst defense in the league on the road. 26th in their last 5 games in defensive rating. But the thing is they're playing at the 4th fastest pace. So, I looked at Washington. They've given up 120 points in 3 of their 4 games, 3 of their last 4 games without Sarr down there for rim protection. I just think that the defense is going to continue to struggle in this spot. Clippers got to 119, and they, are one of the slowest moving pace teams in the league. So I do like this Kings team total over if I am betting anything here, but that's not anything that I bet. So what I want to leave you guys with is really what we just talked about. If I was going to add anything here, it'd be Houston and Minnesota under the 224.5 or whatever Jackson said the best number is right now. And then the Clippers, if everybody gets rolled in, I don't want the Raptors right now without RJ Barrett. But yeah, Philly is the top spot for myself, man. I hope you guys, have a great Friday. Whatever it is that you're betting, I hope you cash it. And I'll figure out when I can do a show tomorrow. Saturday is a big day in the NBA. So resources that I use to handicap the games are all listed here. Links are in the description of the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Enjoy the Friday. I'll bounce to you guys until Monday. Enjoy the weekend as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man.